Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. There's this general saying that a man's worst enemy is from his household. A young man from Igbo extract, in fact a prominent one for that matter, seemed to have released information about those who actually brought down Dr. Chike, who happened to be the widow of the late Akunyili, that's the former Minister of Information and Communication and Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, that's NAFDAC. And this young man actually went further to mention the new group, that is actually involved, and is calling out the southeastern leaders, politicians, clergymen, that they know who they are, but they're just keeping quiet for God knows. We're going to give you the full details of what he said and the strong information he has. Before we do so, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Dr. Chike was the widow of the late Akunyili, the former Minister of Information and Communications and Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. He was shut down by UGM on Tuesday while returning to Enugu from Onitsha, where he had attended a memorial lecture organized in honor of his late wife. Recently, there have been a lot of social menaces in Southeast region by UGM. The government and some people have accused IPOB and its militia arm Eastern Security Network (ESN) of being behind the violence, an allegation the pro-Biafran group has repeatedly denied. On Monday, members of the All Progressive Congress (APC) and All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) was also brought down by armed hoodlums suspected to be IPOB members in the southeast. Well, the bringing down of Akunyili has also been linked to the Biafra secessionists led by their detained leader Nnamdi Kanu, but the group has described it as a political move. Well, reacting to the Akunyili's issue, Uchemefo, via his social media page on Thursday, accused IPOB of deviating from freedom fighting to bringing down of innocent Nigerians. And this was what he has to say. Call a spade and name those responsible for the ongoing wanton destruction of lives and properties in Igbo part of Biafra land. If other parts of Nigeria are imploding, those who know better must insulate, maintain civility, and not allow our land to also assume the status of lawlessness and of barbarism. But what an irony in the face of the unfolding avoidable situation today. We have said and will emphatically continue to say that abomination remains abomination. What the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, he short named it IPOK, that's IPONK, not IPOB, which is indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. I'll take that again. It said what IPOK is doing of late is criminality. It is a category of heinous crime called crimes against humanity within the Rome Statute and the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court (ICC). And no more freedom fighting. It is on record that on the inspiration of the utterances, threats, and incitement to horror by Nnamdi Kanu and his bubbling sycophantic criminal gang members of the Not Fit for Purpose DOS, a series of sponsored and blanket movement campaigns and extrajudicial extermination of innocent, unsuspecting Igbo Biafrans have been commissioned and ridiculously ongoing and on an ongoing basis hailed and celebrated by a cross-section of the gullible as UGM or ESN, that's Eastern Security Network, as fighting the Fulani headsmen and in the name of freedom fighting. The latest is the unfortunate one of Dr. Akunyili. Shamelessly, the Southeast governors, the clergies, the community leaders, and opinion molders have not done enough to call these criminals by their names, and as such maintain a highly disturbing criminal silence, and rightly so, because official silence in the face of criminality by leaders among tacit support or complicity. The ones who attempted to speak have failed to call a spade. But you know what? like we warned since December 2020 of the danger of leaving things to happen and in the hands and control of unregulated non-state actors, with reference to Kanu's intentions with his misguided, ill-advised and not well-intended security outfit ESN, that it would lead to proliferation of militia groups, anarchy, lawlessness, and our society becoming one that is not wonderful. Consequences of this singular failure by the political class in Biafra land is now an obvious serious error of judgment, and as such an ill wind that will definitely ruffle everyone in an unintended fashion. There is no way that the human rights compliant Biafra we are seeking will be restored through acts of criminality. We reject any armed struggle outside legitimate self-defense, strict adherence to the dictates of international human rights, laws, injustice, or rather justice and accountability in the pursuit of Biafran right to self-determination. This is coming from Uche Mefo, the one-time second in command, deputy leader of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You can imagine, just imagine the name he was. He didn't call IPOB. He said IPOK. IPOB is Indigenous People of Biafra. He nicknamed the group that is actually doing this IPOK, Indigenous People of Nnamdi Kanu. Invariably saying that they're actually not actualizing Biafra. What they're actualizing is Nnamdi Kanu, and Nnamdi Kanu is the all in all. And he's saying that there's no way that the only thing that is going on, they will not mention IPOK. The IPOK knows it all, and the leaders of Eastern region, both political clergymen and civil groups, opinion leaders, they are all playing to the gallery. And it's making much references to what he said. Now, but what is, what caught my attention is he was the deputy leader in IPOB, or he's now calling it now IPOC. What was the role he played in trying not to make it escalate? When you keep exonerating yourself in things like this that you were once in there, you need to mention what you did when you were there to correct issues. If you're saying that this criminality is emanating from IPOC, but when you were there, did you try to let them know that these processes they're going through is not in line with the law policies and all that? If you did, are there proofs to show that? Or you are now exonerating yourself, saying it is IPOC? Now they're saying the family member of the late Akunyili's husband came initially. They said they mentioned IPOB. Cyril Akunyili later debunked it that okay, there is no sure that he wants a situation where the police officers will do their duty and investigate them. They will not find out if they are involved or not. And of course, Joe Ibokwe has also called on the federal government to release Abakiari back to Southeast so that they can fish out these persons. In fact, they mentioned that it was purely ESN and IPOB. You now find out that even those who are calling names are actually Igbos themselves, pointing fingers at their own. This is quite a serious matter.